Hey, greetings everyone, it's GleeCon, and I'm back again, bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. That's not the actual shield we have right now, so I hate when it does that. On our last episode, we really just accomplished very little, but we're processing the walkthrough for Tirisfal Glades. We should finish it today in Warcraft Classic. So stay a while and listen as we get into that. Yeah, we basically ran, there's kind of like a back and forth Undercity to Bether Ice Shard. This is the real shield that we have right now. Character model, I guess that's closer. Sometimes does that. I don't know if that's just my particular download. The program interacts with everyone's computers differently. So, all right, let's go ahead and do the Aghaman Mills quest line. Even though I really think, from a story perspective, it's so fun that it's the coolest one. It's the most interesting. So I kind of like to save it for last from that perspective. But I guess from like a monster difficulty, quest difficulty perspective, it kind of makes more sense that the side pressing up against the bulwark would be the last. We hit 16 recently, but we have not learned our shaman skills because we're hopefully waiting until we finish this episode. I hope that we can bust everything else out and get ready for Ragefire Chasm. We already picked up one, the Power to Destroy. After this, we're going to hearth over to Thunder Bluff. After we finish this zone, learn our new shaman powers, perhaps work on some skills, and pick up the two quests that are there, and then hightail it back over to Orgrimmar to hopefully begin to prep for Ragefire Chasm. I hope we can get all of that done within the hour today. We're gonna see. I think it seems like we have a lot to do, but when you're higher level like this, you can really bust through these chunk quests where they're all lumped together pretty fast. Off camera, I've been kind of blazing the trail through with my Alliance and Horde at the same time through Stone Mountains. So made some good progress there. That's not a huge zone for either party. I was kind of also trying to think about this, and this maybe is more game related, but if you think, I was trying to chunk Classic into kind of phases, and I kind of had the thought yesterday when I mentioned that we're finishing the final starting zone. So I'll talk about it right now instead of talking about the boring things I often talk about. I'll try to keep it game focused today. So for these guys, we're trying to kill soldiers for their notched ribs, and I think there are like some mages, some rattle cage. I have two of these, so it's only a +3 to spirit. Go ahead and use one. It'll help us keep things moving. There's also like some mages, there's a notched rib. I don't think we get the ribs from the mages. I think they get the blackened skulls, or skeleton mages. But yeah, again, here's more evidence that the game considers skeletons to be more beefy than the zombies. It says down there that LVOI is out of date. I pretty much live in perpetual LVOI out of date, because it seems always like once I upgrade it, a new patch comes out, and then these guys are casters, so I'm saving the work. I'm going to save it for, instead of Flame Shock, I'm going to use Earth Shock. Honestly, look, that does better damage anyway. This is 25. Overall, it can cause 53. Oh, why would I even do that? I should just use Earth Shock, no matter who I'm fighting. Now, 55 versus 85 mana, that's why. From a mana perspective, Earth Shock's much more expensive. So anyway, I was thinking about the tiers of the game, and I believe the game can kind of be broken down into 6 tiers, and you guys can, if you disagree, feel free to let me know, or just in the privacy of your home be like, yeah, I got you. Oh, you jerk. I still got him without it though. So obviously the first tier would be the starting zones. So the 6 starting zones, 1 per race, except troll and orc share one, and gnome and dwarf share one. So we're also, even though it doesn't list this on Questy, we are trying to get the drop item. We need that item. We won't be able to leave without it. Maybe it has a better drop rate off of different guys. Oh, there's Devlin Agamand. So he's the betrayer. I don't believe we really fully read about it yet. Maybe we read some. Definitely on other episodes we have, but he's basically the Agamand Mills is held by the Scourge Shaman. Join us! So we have his remains. He's the brother that basically was like, he didn't think that they could beat the Scourge. Which, to be fair, they didn't. And so he decided to help them. I don't know if I'm the one that killed those or not. How's our bag sitch doing? Yeah. I guess we'll open this up. Why not? Throw things away. Alright, so we have all the things we need, but there is that drop quest. So let's take a peek at that quest and just see what... first of all, what's it called? And then what is the best way... It's called A Letter Undelivered, and we'll find out which is the best drop rate creatures for it. So it comes from Thurman's letter. Thurman's letter, I really wish I could find where that item comes from. So the item is dropped off crack. So this guy just says the cracked skill, all of these mobs. Very strange. I wish I could find what the actual letter is called. Maybe I can. That's what's hurting me a little bit here. A letter to Yvette. There we go. Okay, so our best drop rate are from the Rattlecage Soldiers and Dark Eye Bonecasters. So the things that we've been killing already. Says it has a 4% drop rate, so we should expect to kill around 25, which we haven't so far. We've killed probably around 12. So it's not like we are getting super bad RNG. It's just overall, it's just bad. It's not the best. So I guess we'll just kill as we go about our business. Devlin has already respawned. He's the brother that betrayed the family. I mean, we'll go around killing the rest of our things too. We'll just kill on the way. Like, we have to get the rest of these important people. If you are a warrior, if you're a Forsaken Warrior, this is a quest line. While doing this, you should wait for your warrior quest. Don't start before then. Because you essentially have to go to all these same areas and collect specific weapons anyway, so. Alright, so here's, you know, a house where one of the people are. Nisa, she's a banshee. I'm just gonna fight this guy. I'm not gonna cast a shock on him. But boom, that's 3 more chances. Nope. No, there she is. Okay, I don't know what she does. I'm waiting to see if she has a cast. I don't see anything. So she's just a melee banshee. Okay, we got her remains. Go in her house. Anything cool in there? Another caster, bucket of water, so oops, didn't even need to do that. So if you are getting low on drinks, you need a Capri Sun. They're all up inside here. Died easily. Okay, so pretty boring house. I don't know what Nissa's story is, or Nisa. I think Nisa sounds better, but it's probably Nissa. Okay, we need 2 more. But yeah, as I was saying, the warriors. Warriors have a quest, I believe we read about it, it's around level 10, that you get to pick your, you get to take your pick of starting warrior gear. These are cracked skull soldiers. I think the drop rate's, yeah, the drop rate's only 3% on these guys, so they're a little harder, but the drop rate's lower. So I guess we're gonna try to stay away from them. Poo-poo. It's always like when you're looking for it. There's that tormented spirit that we've already killed that gives you the wispy cloak. Guess there's no point killing it again. These crack, yeah, I'm gonna avoid the cracked skull because I'm not gonna, I guess I won't wait on that. Drop rate's a little more doo-doo on them. And we're not getting a lot. We're getting 8 copper per guy, less 3 copper, so we're not getting XP. The loot table's a little low. This is where it's annoying. If you are grinding for a low drop item in a place where you get no XP and the loot is crap. Oh, he resisted. Okay, what do we got here? Another one. We missed somebody. There he is. Okay, so Thurmond, I guess he can pat a little lower. Right. So I guess we'll try to read when they give us the story. We might get a chance to like learn specifically. Okay, now I am gonna kill this rare. No, that's Patricia. Now that it's padded way over here. I just don't know if that one can drop the letter. Oh, ghostly bracers this time. So we got wispy. Maybe that was a different ghost. These bonecasters do have the 4% drop rate. That's why I go over to them more. Not that it matters. Okay, we have one more Agamemnon to kill. To put to rest. I guess we're trying to do a service here. Then we're gonna be stuck just grinding. That's annoying. Somewhere around these, they're all kind of windmills. I kind of like this. I just like this. This farm area is pretty cool. There he is. You can see he's a zombie. Gregor Agamemnon. So. Final family member is about to be put to rest. And once we get this drop rate, this drop letter, then we're pretty good. We will have essentially completed this whole path. It's just a matter of... Am I wrong about the Dark Eye Bonecasters? No, that's it. Yeah, I guess some of those other people... So we'll go down, I guess, to the easier ones and kill them. It's all the same to me, considering they're all junk. But the Bonecasters, there's not 2 versions of them. By that I mean, like, we have the Rattle Cage versus the cracked skull. The soldiers. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, Wailing Ancestor. Is that who I just fought? That seems... I did notice that that one appeared on the loot table as like a 0.1% chance. Let's go fighter. I think that's who we just fought. I wonder if you... Oh, you should be able to get the same drop. Poo-poo. Nothing good on her. But we're just wrecking shop. Alright, come on guys. Wasting my time here. Gonna run out of space. Space in the old inventory. Oh, I am officially out of space. Let's throw this piece of wood away. We don't need that. Oh, we got Journeyman's Bracers. Okay, what else can we throw out? Now we start throwing out... I would say these 2 potions can get thrown because potions itself are very little, unless I was an alchemist. Otherwise, it's just a on, we need that letter. We need it. All I want is a letter. Silver a little bit. Okay. We actually do need those gems. Let's see, what else can we toss out, because we are full again. Already have that spirit going. That's a nice hit. Really, man, not a lot. Oh, these spices. I've been sitting on these mild spices. My wife is like really, really bad about that. Like, she will hoard, like, she'll throw out gear, but keep her satchel of spices. She does that all the time. I don't want to throw them away. I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna cook with them. And I try to explain to her, like, the amount of money you're losing by letting that take an inventory spot compared to the 2 copper that you'll gain from selling it. Now these rattle cage soldiers now are back in business. But she really likes the profession. I don't know if that's I don't know why, but there's certain things that really she enjoys in the game. She does enjoy killing. She does not care about the story very much of the lore, unlike me. Doesn't really care. She'll get bored if things are not progressing. So that's probably true of a lot of people. What else can we throw out? Okay, so now we're gonna have to start throwing out. Oh, we had some extra water in that stack. Let's go for that. And this is really slowing our episode down, but the fact that we're having such bad luck on this letter. You never even cast it. But I mean, this is all we can do. If my weapons. But she also really likes the profession. She just loves. She loves to constantly be able to play with her professions. Like, anytime I'm reading a quest, or if I get busy, like if I, whatever. If she's waiting on me to do things, she just loves it. She loves the Come on, God. Okay. Oh, we are full now on linen, so we can get rid of these mushrooms. We don't need those. This is the wrong kind of soldier. Another part of it is we're using so much inventory on their remains right now. So that's hurting our bag space. And she is still using 1 4-slot bag, so she doesn't have great... Oh, we have an empty slot right there. But what I did to get that... Oh, I just threw the water out, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so now we got a rusty hatchet. So now I really think we are getting... That's 16, so there's no point in condensing them. In 14 minutes, so it's too early to break that. So now we'll start destroying gray, like, side gear. Got a shield. So that's a white, so we'll try to maintain that. That's a white. These boots. Cost the healing potion. Jeez Louise. Come on, guys. I truly don't think I've ever had this bad of a drop rate on this quest ever. Like, ever in my life. I don't think I've ever had to grind it like this. I don't know if it's because I'm Tauren. Is this a racial thing? Probably not. It's just bad RNG. Fight them both. It's fine. They can smack themselves on my shield. Okay, there goes the mushroom. Now, I wish also there was a way to really have a true idea of the RNG, and that's part of it. Is sure, it says 4% and 3% on the drop rate. That's overall okay, but it's not really truly accurate because... Got it, thank goodness. This is a letter written to by Thurman, the eldest son of Gregor Agamemnon. It is addressed to an Yvette Farthing, though it does not appear to have reached her.
Inventory is full.
Just dirty. I guess we should check to make sure. Yeah. We don't really need the space. I hate it when it does that. It needs to like move it over to a new space because I can't occupy it at the exact same time. Alright, so we need to sell. Also, let's see if... Can we read this letter? We sure can. Here's where we get some really good lore. Dearest Yvette, I will entrust this letter to our fastest runner. I pray he can find a way through the forces surrounding us, and I pray you read these words, for they are the last you will hear of me. My only comfort in these dark days is the relief I feel, knowing that you are free of my fate. I fear my father made a grave error when he decided to remain and defend our home. The forces of the Scourge rage through Tirisfal glades, and although we are well fortified and well stocked, after the betrayal of my brother Devlin, we lack the strength in numbers to withstand their continued assault. If you receive this letter, Yvette, then know that Devlin is a traitor. Devlin despaired and sought an escape from our ill fortunes, and in doing so he made a pact with the Scourge. I do not know what price was promised him for his betrayal, but I'm sure it was laced with lies. If you see my brother, then flee from him. He is a fiend. A few nights ago, he murdered 2 of our watchmen and let a small group of Scourge through the breach, leading them to where many more of us slept. Their ambush was brutal. They slew a third of us before we could take them down. Now we barely have enough men to watch our borders. It is only a matter of time before our wearying guard drops and the Scourge attack. And although I saw Devlin's face amidst the desperate men and gaunt-faced Scourge on that cursed night, he slipped away before I could catch him. He might be dead, or he might still live as an agent of the Scourge. Either way, he's a monster. Devlin warned us that if we tried to face the Scourge, then we were doomed. He told us this when they first entered Tirisfal Glades, well before they encircled our home. Perhaps he was pleading with us to leave, or perhaps he was gloating. It was always hard to understand Devlin's motives. Since he was a child, he was a mystery to us. But he was right. We are doomed. The Agamemnon's family line will end. Although I still live, I know I will soon be dead. I'm not afraid, and I do not regret remaining with my family, but my last thoughts will be of you. Live on, my beloved Yvette, and I will find peace. Thurman. And she didn't live on because obviously she's forsaken. So we have just picked up a letter undelivered, thank goodness. Okay, so a letter undelivered, bobbity booba. We are about to finish it, so I'm just going to check it off too. But so here we go. Gonna pick that quest up. Okay, so
what is it?
The Mills Overrun. This was just the killing of them.
Remember,
our battles with the Scourge wage on. Beacon Soul, do your part and throw those cursed, mindless undead back into the plague land.
Your efforts in the war are felt among us, adventurer. I will not thank you for doing what is necessary, but the Death Guards of Tirisfal will remember your name.
Thanks. I'm glad. Alright, job well done, us. So, the Mills Overrun. Where the hexes did we pick that one up? Right here. Way back there. Okay, so we have finished that one. We can check another one off. Mills Overrun. So, as you can see, we're getting pretty close. Okay, let's go turn in a few more. Little squeaking of the chair. Sorry. And I was looking at these chairs the other day online and considering like upgrading mine or my wife's chair, and like there's some chairs up there that are like $5,000.
What now?
So I'm not baller status like that. Guess I should have looked at the bucklers, but ours is pretty good right now. 200 and something. Alright, so we can sell all of that. I do also need to make these heavy linen bandages, so yeah. I hear that person making them. We should do the same. Banded. I like that. That's cute for a undead healer. I think we can make heavy linen like all the way up to 100, and then after that, it's useless. You can just sell it. There's no point for us to have linen. We can't make linen bolts. It's not worth it. So now wool, yeah. Then you start saving up and dumping the wool off wherever you can, I guess. It's kind of hard to say where I'd want to start with that, but all right, cool. So we're good on that. We can sell that piece. Awesome.
Trust no one.
All right, so let's go in here and turn in these other two. We already processed a letter to Yvette, a letter undelivered. Like I already clicked it. Oh, here's a first aid trainer.
I can train you in first aid techniques.
Yeah, 115 is what we need. So here's Yvette Farthing.
I haven't got
Yeah.
all day.
Oh, my poor Thurman. I begged him to leave Agamand Mills with me and my father, but his family loyalty was too strong, and I knew it. I just knew it that Brand meant him harm. Oh, curse this plague
That's
and the
faith,
scourge.
then smooth as it
Regrets
grows
of the
cold.
weak. As a Forsaken, I have new goals, and love is not one of them. I would thank you for delivering this letter, for I had wondered what happened to my past love. But that life is over, forever.
And that's kind of like one of the tragic things about the Forsaken that also makes them very close to villains, is that they really don't have the same emotional ties as all other races. Like they're dead inside, literally. They're dead outside and inside. So we completed the letter drop quest. And here we have deaths in the family and the Haunted Mills. Let's do Haunted Mills first.
Did you find Devlin?
Thank you. Devlin's bones will rest nicely on my mantle.
Okay, weird.
If my cold heart can find warmth, it is in knowing that the Agamans are destroyed. They failed me and my family when the plague came. Now I swear I will smash their remains under my heel.
Okay, and deaths in the family.
Do you have the remains of the Agamans? Are those cursed beasts finally destroyed?
Revenge has a sweet taste, don't you think? When you destroyed the Agamans, did you catch any hint of free will within them? I hope so. I hope they knew fear before they were smashed into oblivion.
Forsaken is something else.
I know. But it is a hope I foster nonetheless. You
Okay.
have given me the remains of the Agamans and satisfied my desire for revenge. But the Agamand Mills hold a threat to all the Forsaken, not just to me. I have spoken to Magistrate Sevren of your exploits against the Agamans, and he wishes to speak with you.
Alright, so the Haunted Mills and Deaths in the Family are done, followed by Speak with Sevren. So we've got the Haunted Mills. Where the Hexies did that happen? Oh, we have so many on this one that I feel like I'm almost going to need to start doing like a find. And what was the other one called? Deaths in the Family. Way up there. So we've been sitting on these quests for really some time. And then we can check those two off. So we checked off the Haunted Mills and Deaths in the Family, and then he gave us Speak with Sevren. Okay. And now we're gonna have to extend a little bit more. Okay. So that's easy though. We're just going outside, and Severn's gonna probably send us on down the road. Would be my guess. Oh, he's inside he's the mayor or whatever. Oh, somebody buffed me with Power Word Fortitude. Thanks for the 3 stam, bros. I kind of want to repair, but I guess I'm at 92. It's not the end of the world.
Coleman speaks well of you, adventurer, telling of your successful foray.
I don't know how he went and spoke, but okay.
The Forsaken have need of your talents once again.
They had like 2 cans and a string they were talking through.
The Agamand Mills area has become a foothold for the Scourge. Their strongest point is the Agamand family crypt, where their local military leader, a skeleton named Captain Dargol, has headquartered. With necromancy, he has raised the ancestors of the Igamans and plans to use them against us. This cannot pass, and you must stop it. Travel to the Agamand family crypt and defeat the raised Agamand ancestors. And bring me the skull of Captain Dargol.
So this is going to be tough because I can use this staff now. It's an upgrade. I like it. Whereas this one, I can't use it yet. It would be a better upgrade for strength overall. But I won't be able to use that for 4 more levels. Yeah, until we're 20. So I'm going to probably end up going with that staff. Alright, so we completed Speak with Sevren. Cool. But then that gave us, what was it called? The Family Crypt. So we've got the final quest of the area. So let's see. Now that one is the strongest, so that can be our sort of a finale. So we'll go ahead and do the other piece. We'll go finish out the front. We're about halfway through our time, so we're going to have to bust through this half faster than we did our other half, which is possible because we wasted moments grinding. But now we're going to slow down going out that way. We also have to do the delivery to Silverpine at some point, so we'll have to walk to Silverpine before we can hearth. It's going to be a little bit of a thing here. Yeah, so I did say the one thing I would not make you guys sit through is the looking for group experience, and that's just because it's so boring. Now, if you do looking for group while questing, that's the best way to do it. For those of you that actually play the game, but because I do this sequential way of playing, I can't do that. That locks me into waiting on a group, which I hate. It's also, you know, a surprising number of people just don't want to do it. Like, they'll respond to the call, but very few people want to sit and grind and recruit and yada yada yada. So he must have jumped off the Zeppelin. So you can usually, you know, you get a little bit more luck than otherwise you would think. And certain things are easier, like Ragefire Chasm, not that hard to pick up a quest because it's low level. People that prefer to quest by dungeons. It doesn't really matter about roles. You don't particularly need a dedicated healer, tank, whatever, because you can start doing that dungeon at like level 10 or something, or 12 or whatever, and who cares? Like, what's a level 12 gonna do that's as a tank, you know? They're like 2% more effective. That's kind of... Alright, so now we're fighting zombies. Now, I guess in terms of my what's stronger, these guys are higher level, and I guess so are ghosts. Yeah, so we never talked about the, these spirits. So, rank 1, yeah, so rank 1 would be the Elwyn Forest, doing Morog, Teldrassil. Oh my gosh, that one was worth XP.
My body feels stronger.
Duratar, Mulgore, and where we're at, Tirisfal. Then rank 2, I would consider the tier, usually that basically can get you up into the 20s. And I wasn't trying to make it by level, but I suppose that's not the craziest thing. Just say that it's at the level cutoff. So I would say Wailing Caverns for sure. I mean, not Wailing Caverns. Oh, Ragefire Chasm, I would say, is a tier 1 quest dungeon. It's the only tier 1 dungeon. I meant to say Westfall with Dead Mines within it. Loch Modan. And... Darkshore. So those are the Alliance tier 2s. And as you notice, they're still pretty segregated. And then on this side, the Barrens with Wailing Caverns. And Silverpine Forest with Shadowfang Keep, I would say, is like the toughest, strongest tier 2 dungeon. I'm actually gonna have to heal some. We we might have to drink some water from time to time, or we'll slow down. So that's what I would call tier 2. Now tier 3, you kind of have a transition, but I would still put these in tier 3, Red Ridge Mountains and Stone Talon Mountains. They're a little easier in the beginning, but definitely they're beyond the scope of tier 2 on the end of their quest. They have some tough elite things that are annoying. What else? I would say Ashenvale with Black Fathom Deeps. The whole Alliance cluster of wetlands, Duskwood, Stockades, I guess I would put it at tier 3, kind of like one of the ultimate tier 3 ones. I don't even know what they're hitting me with. Some kind of poison, maybe? So I don't need any more bleeding horrors after this, I just need ghosts. Just looking for the wailing spirits. And I might be forgetting some lands here, I'm trying to think. Got XP for that one. I like it. I mean, that's cool. We have not been getting XP. So it goes to show you the level. What's that thing? Ooh, a rare. Illicence Shade. You little jerk, you resisted. Okay. I mean, I'm just going after this level 12 rare. It is level 12, so it's not like... What do we get? Infantry gauntlets. Okay. What else? What else? I think that's probably solid for level 3, for tier 3. Might be missing something. I'm trying to think what else. It says these ghosts also appear up around here. There's one. Tier 4, I guess you'd be kind of going to start with Nomergon. So, oh, maybe tier 3 would also be Hillsbrad Foothills. Let's put that in there too. And then tier 4 you could say was maybe you could also potentially put Alterac Mountains in tier 4, in tier 3. Maybe. And then tier 4 we'd say let's say we'll include Arathi in that. What do we need here? Oh, the Scarlet people. We need the Scarlet people, we need the spiders. Also, while I'm up here, I want to kind of open the map up a little bit. Arathi Highlands, sure. That's tier 4. I would put... I put Nomergon in there as the lowest, like, tier 4 dungeon. What do we need to kill? We need to kill 5 friars and their captain. We don't actually need to kill the zealots. I would say maybe Desolus, but Desolus is potentially a tier 3. Yeah, I'd say Desolus is tier 3, and so is that 1,000 Needles is borderline. Okay. Dang it. I killed her. She's still running though, that's fine. That's one of the friars. We needed them. See, she got her health back as she ran. It's like a self-imposed fear they have. Yeah, anyway, I did this all in my kind of head. So I had to, like, it was all clear, but basically, I kind of mentally looked at my list one of these days while I was, like, doing a lot of traveling. Stone Talon does make you do a lot of traveling back and forth. Alright, so here's going to be our captain. Wish we had a hot... We're not, you know, we're supposed to be a healer, we don't... Whew, excuse me. Okay, we don't have any good healing yet. So this friar is going to try to heal. We gotta be ready with the... Gotta be ready to stop that. Yeah, what are you healing, huh? Huh, punk? What you healing? You buster? Hey, all we need is one more. The stairs die out. All we need is one more friar, which I believe I saw one. Still there. See a dead fire. I see an air fryer. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would if we have like another travel episode, I'll give you my official rankings for. So that was kind of like more of a preview, and you could, you know, there could be debate for sure. All right, so what we really need is these spiders, and then I kind of want the XP for exploring the rest of this zone. Here's Venom Web Veil that just opened up. We don't have down here by the bulwark yet, or actually that's a. They might actually send us down there. So we need their venom. Yeah, this is to get the other part of spiderweb robe. I've never found that before. It's cool. What's it look like? Kind of like that's a pretty cool looking robe. Sure. Oh, yeah, there we go. So I think there's a spider over here. All right. And we are, yeah, we are getting nice that close to the end here, but I just don't know how. I don't know if we're gonna have like a follow-up kill more Scarlet Crusade kind of thing. We might have one of those too. The drop rate's pretty good. See how that you could kind of just see a flash of like a
Far away.
like a little line edge. Like I really think sometimes the loot table is like, yes, you do deserve the item this time, but even though you rolled it, there's like a secondary roll, which is like, do you actually get it or something like that? I don't know. I sometimes suspect that's happening. Basically, I suspect I'm being robbed at times of my loot. Especially of quest loot. Yeah, like our healing kit is terrible. We have Purge, which removes a magic buff from the enemy, and then we have a single heal. So this is just... Now I know that will increase eventually. We do have some defensive moves and stuff like that. Alright, so there we go. So we got that. We got all the spider venom we need. We're gonna try to... I'm gonna kind of try to go close to Scarlet Monastery. I do actually think they do give us another war with the Scarlet Crusade quest that maybe either sends us up here or sends us down there. I don't know. We're gonna take a peek though. The way out. You just gotta be careful because you don't want to. You'll get yourself into, you know, the land of level 30 elites very, very, if you're not careful. Any new players in the guild? Prefer new to WoW. What are they... Why are they wanting that? Because I want to feel... I want to help them. I'm new to the guild, not to WoW, though. I'm not particularly new to either. I kind of like this guild. It's enigmatic. It's a decent Horde guild. It's just so hard to find. Really, honestly, if you think about it, it is hard to find a group of people of let's just say, you know, guilds. Sure, this guild says it has 741. Most of those are alts. Also, probably a large chunk inactive. Yeah, see, here we have the Scarlet Scout. Gotta be real careful. I want to load this, but this could be a death for sure. Let's see if we can get it without dying. if we go the other way. But like, okay, so I work with probably about 100 to 120 people at my place. And I more or less know all of them. I'm at least acquainted with all of them. I make that a point in my life. If you're new, I might not 100% know your name, but I would say like 90% of them I know their name. So here's the Scarlet Watch Post. I actually do think we have to go back and kill those guys. So here is where it can get tricky. I'm actually, you know what? Screw it. We're not gonna waste any more time with this. Because even though we don't have Scarlet Monastery open now, and even though I don't have the Bulwark open now, we will get there, and I have a feeling they're gonna send us back up there to that Scarlet Watch Post. I just have a feeling with it, because... Ugh, gross. And we are, you know... We have a handful of quests left. Still. We're going to turn this one in, but we still have the fourth one to do. We still have to go to Silverpine. We still have a fourth plague to do. We're going to turn in Rearguard Patrol right now. And we still have to go run and do Family Crypt. So we still basically have 4 tasks to do. We have to run up in there. We probably have to go there. There's one more. Actually, that last plague might be like doing something. That might be a quickie. And then we're going to have to finish this up by running over there. So I had hoped we were going to do an episode where we were going to just... the next episode we'd be ready for Ragefire Chasm. But this is taking a little bit long time. We're going to have to see how fast we can bust these out. If we can bust these out with even 5 minutes to spare, I will go 5 or 10 minutes over to pick up the other quests for Ragefire Chasm. But if we are already going over 5 minutes or so before we've even finished this, especially if we haven't even gone to Silverpine yet, then we're going to have one more episode, a shorty. This guy says I started at the very tail end of Original Village. I mean, I talked about that last time. I've talked about that many times on this show, and I guess a lot of people... That's what's unique about a game that has been out for 20 years like this. If you're a diehard, like, you can literally think about the chapters of your life and what were you doing in the different expansions. Even if you took a break, like, why did you not play that one? What happened? I remember holding my infant son in one arm and raiding Karazhan with the other. Right, it's that kind of stuff.
Very good. Your efforts do much to keep the Scourge at bay. A commendation will be sent to my superior, Executor Zygand.
Okay, so we did that. Cool. So we finished Rear Guard Patrol. We got that one done. Another check in the box. I feel like we picked... Nice. Okay. Off we go. To go turn in a new plague and war with the Scarlet Crusade. And then, yeah, this is also why I don't think any of the others have a level 13 quest. I don't think any of the other tier 1 zones, as we've now defined them, have a 13 quest, which is why I saved this one for last, because, you know, we're only 16. We're going to definitely be, while that's still technically green, it's right on the border of green, you know? Alright, but yeah, definitely, I was so broke I had to buy diapers instead of the internet. I hear ya. I hear ya. Alright, war with the Scarlet Crusade.
Captain Vashon's death will slow down the Scarlet Crusade's advancement in Tirisfal quite a bit, but other threats loom.
Scarlet Crusaders have been raiding from the ruined tower in northern Tirisfal, past Faol's Rest. According to the information we have, a ruthless commander named Captain Melrak is in charge of this evil crew. I am entrusting you now with a special and dangerous mission. Slay Melrak and his 2 bodyguards in the name of the Dark Lady.
Even the robot can't decide how they want to pronounce it. Alright, so we did At War with the Scarlet Crusade 3 in the books. And I'm guessing that is picking up 4 for us. Boom. So yeah, we're getting near the end. We are almost having this whole dang zone checked out. All right, we have 1 more to turn in. Yeah, I have.
What is it?
Do you have some venom from a vicious nightweb spider yet, Gleekan Zone? It's the final component I need in order to test my experiment.
Ah, this venom will do perfectly, adventurer. Everything else has been added to my concoction and boiled down. Finally, I am ready to try this new deadly agent.
According to the Death Guard, another one of those foolish dwarven mountaineers has just been captured. The Death Guard likes to use the cellar of the Gallows End Tavern as a holding cell until prisoners can be properly dealt with.
Why don't you go see how the captured mountaineer enjoys this special drink I made for him? It contains a subtle hint of what the Dark Lady has planned for the rest of Azeroth.
Well, let's go find out what that is. Okay, so we just completed the New Plague Step 3. This is, like I said, this is an easy one. So we can check that off. A New Plague 3. We can also check off 4 because this is going to be a run over and turn in. So we picked up a New Plague 4, and we're just going to go down, because remember when we first went down into the tavern, you could see... Oh, I need to repair. Gotta stop messing around. Now it's getting low.
all day.
That I think we can actually make into an anti-venom. Go ahead and make these up. I guess we can keep anti-venom on us because I can't heal poison yet. Mix 3. Alright, I guess we'll put that down there for now. But let's sell some of this other stuff. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Don't need all that extra water. Can't use that. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. That was a hefty 60 copper. But yeah, actually that's because we started fighting guys that were on our own level again. They could actually start digging our armor. But yeah, when we went down here before, the first round we used it on the Scarlet Crusade, and now, poor dwarven miner.
What if I had my trusted rifle, he'd be as good as dead, Shaman. Just wait until the stem tank brigade arrives to rescue me.
Ah, a drink at last! I'm sure it's no Rhapsody malt, but I'll take anything to wet the old whistle at this point.
I raise my brew and hope to be the rid of the likes of you. Cherish an no-good scoundrel, Gleekan Sword.
And he died. So what does the Dark Lady have in store for the rest of the world? Death. Not turning into the Scourge. Just straight death. Alright, so boom, bada bing, we turn that one in. So now we have 2 options here. And they are to go up to that north tower or go over here. So that's what we're going to do. I think we'll go to the north tower first. And really, we're not even going to have time. So on the next level, we'll call it like a Tirisfal Glades 5, but it'll really be wrapping up. It'll be a Tirisfal Glades wrap up and a Ragefire Chasm prep. Because we'll do the Agamemnon Mills next time. I can already tell just looking at the time we're not there. We've only got barely more than 5 minutes, and it takes a couple minutes to walk up there. So this one we just have to go up and kill the dude and his bodyguards, but he's a little bit tougher. So this is safe to say we're going to be at level 16 to start Ragefire Chasm. Now, Ragefire Chasm, level 16, is actually a good level. We're not even that much, like, power leveled past it. I would say, I believe Ragefire Chasm will let you in at 10. That's a little bit low. I would argue to not attempt it before level 11, because the final boss is level 16. So, that's my kind of rule of thumb. You should be within 5 levels of the final boss unless you will level before you get there. So let's say like maybe if you're like 5.25 levels, so that you can realistically hope before you reach the end of the dungeon to have leveled up one more time. But that's usually how I should rank it, and I've readjusted my dungeon rankings yesterday by going and looking at the final bosses, and it did allow me to change some things. Notably, I moved Black Fathom Deeps up above the stockades, which is going to help me because I had artificially changed around some of my zone orders in the walkthrough because I wanted to be ready to do stockades before Black Fathom Deeps. But now that I realize by that metric that Black Fathom Deeps is technically a quote-unquote easier dungeon than stockades, that means I can do Ashenvale before I have to run either before I have to run Wetlands or Duskwood or whatever. I can do that first. Similarly, it allows the justification of putting the Dead Mines in front of Wailing Cavern, because a lot of the aggregation sites list Wailing Caverns ahead of Dead Mines, which I think is weird. So that's whatever. But I immediately changed that. I already did that. Similarly, if you look at our Scarlet Monastery, actually Razorfen Crawl or Downs, whichever the first one is, I literally always get them mixed up. That actually should be done before you do even the Graveyard. Because the mobs, even though the Graveyard is such an easy dungeon, the bosses are technically easier. So that would allow me to change that whole thing. Now Razorfen Downs, that's a bit of a trickier one, because by that metric you would do the Graveyard, the Library, and the Armory all in a row. But the Cathedral is technically harder than Razorfen Downs. So that's a little stupid. I'm just going to skip these guys. They are worth XP, but what do I need to fight them for? I mean, some of them are worth XP, but that one wasn't. The Scarlet Neophyte? Let's go fight that one. Somebody just must have came through here, because these guys are just spawning in. Or no one has been here in so long that they... Oh my. Our Fortitude's about to wear off. We're gonna lose 30 hit points. That's also a possibility. I'm either coming in after no one has been here in a million years, or I'm coming in... coming in right after... Yeah, look, these guys all just spawned in. So I must be coming here... after recently... Actually, the perfect kind of timing for it. Cool. It's gonna allow me to clear out. It says you only have to kill those two guys, but we really want to be in a good spot for healing. Wonderful. I don't know if that Neophyte will come. Doesn't look like it. Gonna need a new weapon soon. Need a new weapon buff. Okay. I do want to take that Neophyte down, but I don't necessarily want to pull both. Cool. Okay, we need a new hammer. This one we gotta save the shock, because you can't let him get a heal off. That's the most important thing. Just don't let those guys get a heal off. I don't want that Neophyte to come mess my life up, so let's go around the fringes of this tower and find him. Okay, this is the Vanguard. But yeah, so right now we're already at time. So even if I kind of go somewhere safe-ish, we'll finish out. We'll finish out the... I don't think that's the same Neophyte we saw before. We'll finish out the killing of these guys, but cost. There's another neophyte. Okay, cool. That's good. We got a crit on that one. Alright, so we've cleared out this tunnel. Now, if you look, we have a bodyguard, and Captain Mel Roche. We need to kill both. Okay, so here is where we can set down our totems. Okay. I'm gonna go. Should we kill the captain first? Sure. Just kind of waiting for my mana to come back. Now we're gonna pull them out here. We're gonna go ahead and hit. Somebody put like a shield on themselves. Okay. Should we got my shield back up and going? Oh yeah. See, we weren't even like we destroyed them. Now, granted, we were a pretty solid amount of level above them, but alright, so let's see what we can do here. I want to get us into a sort of a kind of a safe zone, and then we're just going to log. Because we got more than enough time. I don't want the next episode to be so short. Yeah. So we're just going to log here, and on the next one we will finish this quest, we'll turn it in. We'll go to the Agamemnon Mills, turn that in. Then we'll walk down to Silver Pine, turn in the breadcrumb to that, and then we'll go do our level up and pick up everything for Ragefire Chasm. So not exactly where I would ideally want to end, but it's just is what it is. So we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. As always, I thank you so much for watching and for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time on Lore of Warcraft.